Good morning, my name is Brian Johnston. First of all, in regard to my thread which is found here at the Forex Factory, in answer to some questions, I want to just detail this one first, and I want to talk about a couple of questions and answers on the chart and show you very briefly. Okay, it's Brian. First of all, we'll use the chart as an advantage, as a thing, and we'll use the spreadsheet, which I showed you how to do it on another video. And looking at we'll look at your Great British Pound, bringing up the chart and bringing up the spreadsheet. The current price is 86,842, and the average price taken over the last 3 years, the opening price was 86,933. This is a very tight one. A lot of worse, like the Australian dollar was down at about 90, but the high was 86. 74, so the low was 85, which is a lot lower than now, and the close was 86,731, and the volume was this volume. Okay, so just to give you a broad spectrum on the seasonal adjustment, and we'll go back. It's based over 3 years on this one I've done. And you can use it on a lot of things and find out seasonally what the market's going to be like. So, example, in here we want to look at the 5th month. We type 5th month in, and it gives you certain stocks that seasonally are being in these types of frames. But say we put in the 6 month, and you have seasonally what they are, but this is only a very overall view of the market. Seasonal is not absolutely 100% accurate. It just gives you what the season is likely to do. But the figures we were using was here that question was asked why I used that particular figure, and that was based on 3 years average figure. And we'll just, if you look at the formula, the formula was there, and that was based on the formula. You could try a different figure. It's just to give you a general idea of where you are as an average price to current. You're running about in a similar range, where in the Australian dollar, if I went into that, you would have a totally different picture. Sorry, a totally different picture on the Australian dollar. The Australian dollar is 90, 94, and it's up about $1.05. So the Australian dollar is higher. This is all that the seasonal figure gives you. Really, it's it only gives you an idea of the current price against the last average of 3 years, and you can do a potential what it's likely to be next month. But let's look at another seasonal type of figure. So that's what in answer to his question. That's where these figures came from. This is also the major 8. So we'll just go through and complete a seasonal thing. This is a major 8. So if you wanted to look at it over a seasonal type of figure, and we'll put monthly. it sort of gives you monthly is not so good, but daily is better, and you can look back in time where the major 8 currencies, and there they are here. If you go down on there, the major 8 currencies are, and what's likely to happen on a certain month of those 8 at a certain time. It went up, and then you look back and have a look. So that gives you a seasonal way of looking at the market. The second question in there, and I'll handle the 2 questions very quickly. The second question there was, that was the seasonal average. And this was the 2-line cross about the 50, and the relevant pair also has the same strength. The 0 point. I've looked at the spreadsheet, blah blah blah, and we'll just have a quick comment on that. Okay, first of all we need to look at 3MW, a line chart, and look at some of the peculiarities of a line. When the line, see this little point changes, it tends to be a downtrend. When it goes up, it's an uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. You can see the little V formation there, and you continue on the trend until you see the V formation again. Well, we're talking about his question in relation to Brjons mod index and the dollar index. Here's the dollar index, here's Brjons index, and usually when both figures move counter to each other, the dollar index goes down, and see these little points here, it's like a scissor action. You know a scissor, it's closing, they're both closing in the same way. That usually says that when the dollar, US dollar gets stronger, the opposite effect is happening. So the US dollar is getting stronger and the Brjons index is going down. So you can see it on here that the Brjons index is at 2.5 and the dollar index is 7.7. I'll put the candles back so you can see the same thing. The Australian dollar is going down and the US dollar is going up. So for each currency, and you can also have a confirmation here by looking at the various charts here. These lines incidentally are the exchange times that put you when the exchange times are. Okay, that gives you this. So in basic format, when we talk about the 50% cross, it seems to be a point that confirms certain changes in the market. It can be a negate effect of the market, and some people use a 50% level. In the basket indicator, you can't see the price here, but you can see the dollar index, and the dollar index is high and the Australian dollar is low. So it tells you that the Australian dollar is basically in a short mode, which you can see here. So that explains that. The dollar index you have here, which is really the dollar index is here, and you can see in relation to the Australian dollar is moving down, the dollar index is moving up. Generally when you see the scissor effect happening here, when there's exactly like that little point up and down here, and they both are moving counter to each other, like a little V formation starts here, a little one here, it means there is a confirmation. A lot of people like to wait till the center point, 50.0, for that confirmation. Also, I'll just mention we have done many videos on boson lines, but in each one of these, and don't think about it, Each one of these in the signal bar, you can alter your settings. So if you're a Mac follower, you can alter your Macs to whatever Mac settings you like. If you're an RSI, you can alter them, and if you're a MA user, moving average, you can alter your settings in there. So that on this particular indicator, I usually find if the first three are all red, like this, it's down. If they're all blue, it's an uptrend. And when they go all red in the first three time frames, I usually look very strongly at a change of direction. If they all suddenly went into the three green, it would, and all strong, it would be a change of direction, which you confirm on here, and you confirm on your buyers and sellers volume. Okay, that basically, I think, once again, for both things, usually when these two track in the same direction, moving in the same way, either up or down, it's not a good sign to move into the market. You need the separation of the dollar and the other currency you're trading. This is just a brief thing. You know, you have the boson lines. I won't click in and make all the support and resistance lines, and you can use position averaging as I described in the other videos. But this is just a basic plain indicator video in answer to two questions. I hope that gives you some ideas. The water level has been discussed in other programs, but it's basically an indication of current value against price. So in the hour time frame 106.011, it's down there. It could be a little up movement soon, but we're just waiting. Okay, bye for now from Brian.